Stop doing ab workouts where all you do is you lie on a mat, you never get up, you wind up doing a bunch of sit-ups, you wind up doing some planks, and you think you have hit your abs by the end from every single angle because you did a couple sit-ups from different positions. That is not the best way to train your abs, and that is not how our abs are built to function, and there is a much simpler way that we can actually hit our abs from every single angle while working our entire core and while building real fundamental strength that's going to make us better at all our exercises in the gym, and it's going to make us better in real life too. So I'm going to show you the key functions of your abs as well as the exercises that correspond to them. We put it all together, we get the perfect ab workout. One of the fundamental things our abs do, and the thing that you most know them from if you've done planks, is our core braces us. Essentially, that's going to keep us from rotating, anti-rotating. It takes all of our abs, it takes our obliques, it takes our lower back muscles. When you're in a plank, essentially you're being as rigid as possible through your abs. There is a better way to train that function as opposed to just doing standard planks, because we all know that planks get very, very easy and very, very boring very, very quickly. So what we want to do instead of that is something called the hollow hold, and we can start to load that to really challenge the idea of bracing. So one of the key things with bracing through our abs is that not only is it just about keeping rigidity through our spine, but our abs have to do something called anti-extension. So when our back extends, our abs pull us back into this good neutral spine position. So when we go to the hollow hold and when we do a weighted hollow hold, when we're holding this or when we're doing hollow rocks like this, and you can do either, if you work for 40 seconds on, 20 off, and you have that weight back there, when that weight is pulling us back, our abs bring us back into this tight, true position of anti-extension. They're fulfilling their anti-extension responsibilities and our entire core is bracing. That's why the weighted hollow hold is such a great place to start an ab workout. So if your goal is to really chisel out your obliques and kind of get that nice little V shape on the side, we want to think about our next two ideas. The first of these is anti-rotation, and that's basically this idea that our abs can prevent us from rotating. If you imagine somebody walking up to me and pushing me on one shoulder, suddenly I'm gonna twist backwards, but can I resist that? If my abs are super strong, and if I've done my anti-rotation exercises, then I can. To attack this, we're gonna go to a plank row hold. Planks are boring, we established that early, but when we have to maintain this tight row, suddenly there's all this rotation force that's gonna try to rotate us downwards, and our abs and obliques and the rest of our core has to lock in to keep us in that neutral position. The third piece of the game is rotation. How much and how strong and how aggressively can we rotate? So when we think of rotation, the key thing I want you to think about is my hips going one way or not going any way at all, and my shoulders turning a different way. When you think about that, when we're doing our ground-based ab exercises, when we're not challenging ourselves enough, you're probably thinking about something like a Russian twist. What we're gonna go to here is gonna be a hanging typewriter idea, and what that's gonna do is, one, we get a little more anti-extension in because we're gonna be in this vertical hollow hold position, which is incredibly challenging to hold by itself, but that's what's really gonna help your abs get into a really tight position to start. And from there, we're creating a lot of rotation coming across the body. Think about bringing opposite knee to elbow, and whenever you can bring opposite knee to elbow in a position of challenge and tension, you're getting a lot of really, really good rotational work. That's what we get with this move. The fourth thing we want to train here is that old school classic idea that you know from sit-ups, you know from V-ups, you know from crunches. It is spinal flexion. Here's the problem when people just do standard sit-ups and when they do their standard spinal flexion exercises. The problem there is we're not always getting into the greatest position, and there's worry that your vertebrae are not going in the direction that you want them to. What we're gonna do here is we're going to use a get-up style idea. So we're gonna go to a 3-step get-up. You get a little bit more rotational work from that too, and you get to rotate, you get a little bit of spinal flexion in there, we're gonna get a little bit of glute action on the back end too. By combining all those three things, we're still making sure that our spine is working from very safe positions, and we get a whole ton of ab work, and you steal a little bit more rotational work, you get a little anti-rotation work, and we're getting those glutes involved too. So that is a complete core workout that hits all the functions of our abs. It hits us with multiple directions. It has a lot of challenge in there, but step up to the challenge because that is how you really hit your abs from all angles.